Hello, wonderful people. Welcome. Mary Patricia Smiley here, Yoga for Scoliosis once again. So remember, anything that I show you on this video is just meant to help you to progress in your practice, but also it's always just an addition to anything that you have actually been doing. Okay? So not to replace anything, but just an addition to what you've been doing, and just to introduce a movement practice into your daily routine, because this is what we all need, especially when we have scoliosis. Remember what I always say, if you do not use it, you will lose it. Alrighty, so today I just want to talk a little bit about strength. It's a very, it's going to be a very, very short video on strength, and for that reason, we need to get cracking, malacking, okay? So, for the strength today, I actually had a different video planned, really, to be fair. I was going to talk about something completely different, but then this morning I woke up and my body needed something completely different. So this is why now we're going to be talking a little bit about strength. So when you have scoliosis, you know that one side of the body is a little bit stronger than the other. Hey, Maya. A little bit stronger than the other, okay? So for that reason, I guess if you have a lot of awareness in your body, you sort of realize the side that has the concavity, and you realize the side that is more of the concave side. So the side is where you have all the built up muscle, okay? So for this reason, remember, when you have scoliosis, you're not working like how everybody else works. This is why a general vinyasa class is never going to be the best for you. I'm just saying, because I've been there and I've done that. Yeah, girl. Because I've been there and I've done that. And it's always been like a little bit like, okay, it's fine for me to go to these classes because I'm able, I'm capable. I do have a lot of natural strength in my body, so I can do certain things anyway. Okay, so regardless, but when you have scoliosis, hey, Francisco, how are you, my darling? But when you have this particular condition, you have to work a little bit more mindfully, more consciously, just bringing gentle awareness into the areas that are a little bit darker to us. We just try and shed a little bit more light into these areas. All right then, team. So I just want to show you just this tiny little thing on strength today. So I'm just going to turn over to the side over here. Okay. So when I'm turning over to the side, I want you to notice that I'm sitting on blocks. Okay. So make sure you're sitting on something here, because remember, our main issue is keeping our spine absolutely, well, I'm not going to say like rigid, okay? Because the spine isn't a rigid mechanism. It's very much a mechanism that what is happening with my video? Okay, I'm still with you. Yes, so remember, the spine is very much of a floating mechanism. I don't want you to ever see the spine as something that is rigid, hard, unmovable. It's very much of a floating structure, lots of embodiments. Remember, the spine moves in various different ways. We have flexion, extension, we've got twisting. We've got many different ways in which we can move, okay? So when you think about your spine, I don't want you to think about it like a hard stick or like a column that's just like a static thing that just stays. I want you to feel I want you to feel it more of an embodied, sort of like a snaky kind of action. There's ladies that do the belly dancing. There's a reason why they're able to do that. Apart from good hip movement, there's also movements in their spine. All right, so, okay, I want you to notice the left side of my body. Yeah, there's actually a reason why I've turned to the left side, okay? Because the left side is the side that actually needs more strength for me. This will be different dependent on your curve, a right thoracic, left lumbar, right thoracolumbar, all right? It's always going to be this particular side that's going to be a little bit sort of atrophied, almost in like a way. Okay, and the other side is going to have more built up muscle. All right, so I'm just going to stretch my left hand forwards, pow. Okay, so I've just stretched it forwards. I want you to realize, I'm not really engaging anything. Nothing is really happening on this left side. I've just reached the arm forward. So with this arm forwards, okay, for some of you, all right, you might have to put that hand on a wall so you're consistently getting that feedback. Remember, team, I'm always talking about feedback. I always mention feedback for that reason. It's very important for us to get that sort of something, okay, that allows us to realize that the body is being held in space, okay? And the thing is, I'm used to this now. If you're not used to it, obviously use the hand a little bit more vigorously on a surface, so on a chair, on anything. Okay, so now I'm going to engage that arm. You know, I'm not just going to like, you know, the arms are not, I'm going to be here just like this. I'm engaging the arm. I want you to notice what now happens on that left side. Did you see that happen? It's a tiny little movement, but what also happens is that you'll notice my core activation starts to come into play. This is minimal, team. This is the bare minimal, all right? The bare minimal. Hand goes forwards, not engaged. Hand goes forwards, is engaged. Are you seeing this? And also you can see, see my triceps have become part of the action also, okay? So this is bringing strength into that left side of the body, okay? I just want you to play around with this a little bit. Yeah, this is plenty alone, but it also, it brings some action into your shoulder, okay? So if you have a slight rotation in the spine that way, okay, I want you to notice what is happening now with your ribs, front left side of the ribs. We'll talk about the ribs another day. I've got some more juicy information on the ribs. I worked with my main girl, Molly McClelland. You look up her stuff, she's fantastic. Okay, notice what is happening with that ribs. And when you have scoliosis, there's a few things that you need to take into account. The direction of the spine. Key, first thing, what is the spine doing? Okay, what are your ribs doing? Pelvis, what is the pelvis doing? Okay, remember the pelvis is attached to the spine, so we need that area always to be grounded down and rooted. All right then, team. Yeah, so that hand is forwards, okay? I've now engaged it. Engaged, not engaged. Engaged, not engaged. Okay. So for my other side, right side, I'm going to put my hand on the side of my head over here. Keep the left hand reaching forwards, okay? I'm keeping it fully engaged, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean my head over to that left side. So what this is doing is bringing strength into the left side, but opening up the right side of the ribs. Okay, so we just keep moving like this. But remember, when you're doing this, I'm obviously talking now, okay? You're obviously using natural breath, okay? And you can do the same thing for both sides. So notice what it is that you need. Remember, our curves will be different. Some people will have might have less curves. Some people might have more curves. Okay, so if your left side is going forwards, okay, the right side for me is the one that has all the built up muscles. So I don't really need as much strength moving forwards, okay? So I'm just moving the fingertips forwards, I'm not really engaging as much as what I would on this side, okay? And then I'm taking my left hand to the side of my head, and this time, as I'm going over, I'm staying a little bit deeper or a little bit longer, all right? And this time I'm breathing into that wonderful left side. I might take an extra breath and then I'll come up. You know what I mean? And then I'll do exactly the same thing again. So if you have your right hand on the wall, okay, maybe on this side, you're reaching the arm up the wall, okay? So you're opening up. Okay, so as the head is going over, opening, and you start to feel this nice, what's the word I'm looking for, equilibrium come into the body. This is what we want in the end, is the nice equilibrium in the body for both sides, to feel like breath is coming in, but also so that we can navigate, have that inner GPS that is often skewed in a scoliotic body. So team, this is basically all I've got for you today. So now what I've decided to do is this. When I do the shorter videos on here, I will then continue to a longer practice that may be only like 30 to 40, you know what, it may not even be 40 minutes, but it will be on my platform instead. So people who really need to know about this, they're gonna find out, aren't they? All right then, team. It's been wonderful to spend this time with you. Let me say hello to some peoples. Oh, look, there's my other friend. I do have friends, people. Francisco, I'm so pleased that you joined today. It was wonderful to see you. And there's Maria. There's Alexander. There's Maya. I mean, so yes, that is what is going to be happening, team. I'm going to post about this actually because I think, you know, I want to bring more focus into the work I'm doing with scoliosis, and specifically around certain areas as well. Shoulders, rib cage, hips, these kind of things. You know, I really want to bring this focus here. All right then, team. So for today, that's it. It's been wonderful spending this time with you as per usual, and I shall see you again soon, team. Voila. Ciao for now.